first goes to Sandra Herrera. Go ahead, Sandra.
It's actually Meg Linehan because I was having Zoom problems and Sandra helped. But Becky,
Wow.
I was hoping you could potentially talk us through what your role as captain is in terms of, obviously this is a very stressful time right at the moment as this roster gets named. What do you think your role is to try to help the team through this process from a player point of view?
What process are you talking about exactly? Just all of it?
Just in terms of like a little bit of all of it, but just as the roster is being named now, knowing that it's not necessarily in your control.
Yeah, it's really just being available for the players. And so if they have any questions, if they need any guidance, that they know that they can come to me or to any of the other senior players that have gone through a roster selection before. I've talked to Vlatko a lot about just the process for him because this is his first roster announcement. And so just telling him how we've done it in the past and things that players really appreciate, namely honesty. And so it's kind of helping both and just finding solutions if anyone needs anything.
Thanks, Becky.
Thanks, Sandra Linehan. Let's go to Mike Craven. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Becky, we had talked about how excited you guys were to come to Austin. Did the city deliver? How would you describe the atmosphere here tonight?
It was electric. It honestly was so amazing. It's been, I don't even know how many months since we played in front of a...
She believes on March 10, 2020.
Yeah, it's been a while. And to be on the field and to not be able to talk to the person next to you, like it's been a long time since I haven't been able to hear the people that are yelling from 5 yards away. So it was great. And at one moment in the second half, I think everyone had put their cell phones up with the light, and it just looked so great. And you really forget how amazing it is to play in front of fans. And the stadium's beautiful. Austin definitely delivered. Would love to come back here, play anytime.
Thanks, Mike. We want to come back when we can actually have breakfast tacos.
Yes.
There we go.
Yep.
Eric Goodman, go ahead.
Becky, is there any bit of a different feeling in that locker room right now, knowing that than there has in previous weeks, knowing that the next time you guys take the field and kick a ball, it'll be as a group of 18 instead of 23?
Yeah, I would say that this camp definitely, whenever roster selections are happening, there tends to be a little bit more anxiety and a little bit more stress. But usually there's a longer training camp going into it. So we actually really haven't trained against each other that much. That's when like kind of the feistiness and things happen. But we've been playing more games. And so everyone knows that if they get minutes in these games, like that's their platform. That's when they're being evaluated. And so there are nerves, and I mean, people will be getting phone calls, and some of it will be good and some will be tough, but that is the way of this program and this team and this Olympic selection. But for the most part, I'd say everyone's been handling it really, really well. And I think closing out the summer series with 3 wins, 3 shutouts, some great goals, it's a good way of doing it.
Thanks, Eric. Let's go to Mike DeCourcy. Go ahead, Mike. Hold on one second. Go ahead now. Now. Okay. Take over, Illy, because my computer just restarted.
There we go. Beck, you know what it's like to be on a team that wins it all. So how does this group compare? I know a lot of the people are the same, but it's been a very strange 14, 15 months for everybody. So how does it feel coming out of this, entering a major tournament comparative to the last one where you guys did so great?
If there is anything silver linings about the pandemic, it's the fact that we got another year to really come from the World Cup, layer in more players, layer in new talent, bring in and evaluate new players, while also evaluating the older players. So in a way, we got extra time, whereas I think in years past when we've won and kind of gone right into the next Olympic year, it's been tough for many reasons. Some people are a little burnt out. Some people are tired. They're nursing injuries. Going through a World Cup is very strenuous, very stressful. I had an ulcer after the last one, just to give you a little hint. So I think it was actually beneficial for us to get this extra time together, more time to get played in, more time to see people. And so it just feels really good going into this one. I think we've got an amazing team. I obviously don't know what the Olympic roster will be, but there's no doubt in my mind that we'll have a team that can win everything.
The last question we'll have for Jeff Kassouf. Go ahead, Jeff. Thanks, Lily. Hi, Becky. I think I heard the broadcast right. They were talking about you were discussing wanting to improve kind of entry passes, breaking lines, in terms of you setting play. We saw, I think, one instance there that got called back on, for an offside, I think it was. But is that something that you have been sort of specifically working on, is the offensive side of the game for you? And is that something from Blacko specifically, or just wondering if you can walk us through kind of what that is?
Sure, I would say that that's something that Vlatko wants all the players to be able to do, especially as a center back, to be able to set play back there. And some games call for it and some games don't. So for me, it's really evaluating what the other team is giving me, and is it a game where I will have more of an impact? Is it a game that I'm going to have less of an impact? I mean, as a center back, sometimes you really have no say in it. You just kind of have to go with what's presented to you. So it's definitely something that I'm going to continue to work on. I want to have all the tools in my toolkit. So if the time comes when I need to be hitting some 60-yard diags or some 20-yard chip balls to Chris and Press, that I'll be able to do all those things.
Thank you.
Awesome, Jeff. All right, everybody, thanks so much. Becky, thanks for your time.